What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HustleMore podcast. This is Tony, and this is HustleMore. And it's a business, it's an ideology, and honestly, it's just a core habit, and that should be a part of everybody's mindset to accomplish said goals. And this is my friend Ronnie.
How's it going, everybody?
What's up, man? What's going on? This is an old coworker from a previous job at one of those fitness places.
That's right.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about how whack it is to work at a gym. As far as fitness goes.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's a really good environment. You see people there, trying to better themselves, right? But then, when you get in the corporate side of it, they want you to push a certain amount of sales. If you're not, they treat you a certain way.
Yeah.
And it kind of just gets, rough.
Yeah, like it gets greasy because you start doing that business for the people. It's a people business. You're like that's why I want to start mine, and I don't think I would ever go that direction. I think as far as my business hustle more would go, it would embody that there are priorities. It goes the customer, the employee, then the business.
Right.
If you do your business in that order and you can properly manage your money and invest and have assets and just grow monetarily in different aspects while deeply investing in those two things, because those two things are what's going to keep your business alive and thrive and make people want to come back.
Absolutely. And, without your customer base and having good, clientele with them, where would you be in business without sales, without,
Exactly.
People? So
Exactly. And they go and the thing that bothered me the most about working for a major gym, that they just targeted people. There was no empathy. Like that's so gross, man. Like the age of that type of salesmanship and that type of membership gaining is so. I think it's in the past, man. I think technology is just changing everything. It's gonna change what society sees is possible and relevant and how much shit costs. And they're gonna see where they're gonna get ripped off.
absolutely, and when you talk about things like corporate greed, it's still happening, and it's still happening on social media. It's happening on any platform you think of right now. But yeah, absolutely.
You watched that recent Joe Rogan with Jack Dorsey and Tim Cook.
I didn't watch that
Tim
episode.
Cook was his name. Tim Cook.
Tim Cook, I think. Yeah, I haven't watched that episode though.
Really good, man. I watched it yesterday, and like the way Tim Cook laid it out was really really good, and it was a really good and fair and well mannered attack at Jack Dorsey and his company. Because although on the outside it may appear like they're doing these things, it is possible that they're just people and they're fucking up and they lack the paradigm to understand the other side's argument and how left leaning liberal ideology cannot be law, because it mostly deals with feelings, and feelings are relative to the individual. And I really do see a lot of significant change from the future because of this. It's like there's never been a time in history where you could have millions and millions and millions of people watch at any time that they wanted to, or listen to any time that they want to, a legitimate investigative reporter go up against the largest social media platform in the world and berate them with all of everybody's complaints with them.
Yeah, Twitter is,
and they can't lie, they can't deny. They were right there for the world to hear and listen to and watch. I mean, to watch and listen to. That's like, how do people not understand how fucking significant that is?
Right.
Never in the history of ever. Like maybe 100 people or 200 people or maybe 1,000 people in the world got to actually listen to Julius Caesar talk.
Yeah.
At one time.
Absolutely.
Right?
Right.
Genghis Khan probably only talked to a couple hundred people, and then
Yeah.
maybe his nation
Yeah.
a few times. But like anybody at any time in the world at any moment can watch that conversation, and now they are accountable to the world. And kudos to them for putting themselves in that position. Many companies won't.
Yeah.
Many companies won't. And I think that's huge, man. That says a lot to the direction that our nation is going.
Yeah, it's in all sorts of directions right now, man. It's crazy, but
Yeah, this is the chaos right now,
it's so
and I'm
chaotic.
loving it. I love chaos because I can see all the benefits. You know, philosophy teaches that chaos brings enlightenment.
Yeah.
And we're in a chaotic time. It ain't like we've evolved as a species. So our chaos now is different. So we're
Yeah.
evolving in a different aspect on how to deal with so many people all at once. How to understand that we can't have only one way of thinking, because the way we think is because of our culture, and our culture is dictated by our environment.
Yeah.
Everybody's environment is different.
Yeah,
sorry
but
about that, you guys. My son is out there wilding out. I'm not even gonna bother yelling at him. So you guys, you're gonna have to deal with it. Go ahead.
yeah, it's all sorts of directions right now, and hopefully, people do, you know, get to see what's really going on. It's not just, one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great, and so many different people are spreading the same exact thing, but in a different method or in a different message. But it essentially just embodies hustle. The
Right.
individual taking full accountability for themselves. And in order to do that, you got to hustle mentally. Because it's not easy to not blame people. It's not easy to not get angry when things don't go your way. Like it's the inner hustle that allows you to overcome these inner obstacles,
Right.
right? And thus allowing you to put far more of your own attention into what your pursuit is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm stoned. I
Yeah.
love it, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited. A lot of people are very pessimistic about the future, and I'm not anymore. He used to be. He used to be very nihilistic.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard not to be, for me, because of the situation. My environment is, and social media, driven, and this whole thing is, uh, attacking a lot of the politicians these days, and you don't even know what you're really listening to, whether it's real news, fake news, or just trying to get propaganda across.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that kind of like drags it down.
It can,
You
it
know what I
can,
mean?
but I'm noticing a shift, man. There's a big shift going in. It's simply because the internet is there, and we're allowed to form our own opinions. So you do have the mainstream media that is favored by the media, like
Right.
by like the news and the media, and like in the left only. There was a study that came out that the left only deals with the left now. Like they're in their own
Right.
little bubble, so they don't get to experience any other mindset, any other views, and that's dangerous. And that's why my ancestor Thomas Jefferson came up with the Democratic Republic, the idea, the party where you can have liberal and conservatives come to a middle ground.
Right. Kind of like a
Because
libertarian per
yes,
se.
because
Yeah.
if you get both sides, there is good on both sides, and there are
Right.
some absurdities that are we are not there yet as a society, morally or IQ wise, as a society, are not ready for certain rules and regulations.
Yeah,
Because
you even see top Republican politicians or vice versa
mm,
agree with some of the things that Democrats put out,
yeah,
and sometimes Democrats will
some
agree with
things make sense. And
yeah.
at the end of the day, that's what the middle ground is. That's what the
Yeah.
libertarian is. That makes sense. If you follow these rules, these
Right.
fucking rules that were written on a piece of paper that we pretty much cherish as a nation, which is great. Uh, we follow those rules and you know try to maintain an altruistic nature as to what your position holds in the nation. A lot like human nature is a two-sided coin. It's dual. It's dual. You got good and evil, and a lot
Right.
of times, in order to get placed, what the way the system has been set up, uh, it was set up in a way where you essentially had to sell your soul. A lot of people say they sell your soul to the devil.
Yeah.
You sell your soul to the devil. Well,
Sell your soul
the
to
way
rock
I
and roll.
see God and devil is God is the higher self. The devil is the ego.
Yeah.
right? And so when you sell your soul to the devil, it's when you abandon your higher self and go with your ego to attain what you want,
Okay.
right? And that's
Right.
what we despise as a society. We do not like that in people. All of us. There's not. You tell me any society that we know of that is civilized that admires that kind of behavior.
Not really, man.
Not outwardly. No,
Yeah.
but if you're like if you've done the same thing and like come on, it's just psychology. The people that are on the same level would agree, and the people that haven't done it yet would despise them and see them as monsters. And that's look at government. That's what selling your soul is. Because it's
Hmm.
sometimes there are easy ways, man.
Yeah.
There are easy ways to attain money. To
Yeah. I
there are
mean,
easy ways.
yeah, like you make connections with people, as many connections as you can, and even if it's not you making necessarily $100 on a deal with one of those people you make connections with, maybe it's even just $5 a game, $10 a game,
Mm-hmm.
$30. Hey, I need some help. Cutting my grass. I need some help doing this. Like I need some handyman work. $30 and you do it for this. That's at the end of the day an
Yeah,
easy way to make money, even if it's just $30. People kind of
there is
losing
always
sight
a
of that
way.
now because a dollar now. I mean, I'm sorry, a $5 bill now is like it's like a dollar. You can't
Yeah,
find much
yeah.
for $5. Back in the day, $5. Here you go. You get a good meal. You get some,
You can
some
get a legit like large meal.
yeah, larger amount of things.
Yeah,
And now a dollar is like 25 cents, man. It's crazy.
yeah.
So that's why people are starting to lose sense of that. And
And it's because, man, I keep talking about it. Like society's leading towards automation. We're all gonna be out of jobs. Why we gotta stop trying to look for meaningless, like non-self fulfilling work.
right,
Instead
it's
of just
scary.
looking for a job that pays well and
Uh
just
huh.
oh, I'm just doing what I gotta do. Like we don't have to have that mindset anymore. We're not in a Great Depression. I graduated high school and became an adult during the Great Recession, and I'm literally seeing positivity in the economy and the
Yeah.
direction where the nation is going.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Economically speaking, it's going good. I think we're getting higher amount of sales and
Yeah,
imports
more
too.
trade
That's what I
and
heard.
the
Yeah,
trade deals. Like the
imports.
presidents before us did nothing about the tariffs and trade like deals that we had that were fucking raping us,
Yeah.
and it. Sorry to say, but it was all Democrats that wanted those laws passed, all of them. It
Yeah.
that's why they don't want them unpassed. That's why they're being torn down now by Trump. Like uh, on the surface of it, it doesn't look good, but you have
Mhm.
to see cause. Like I always say, cause and effect, because you have to be able to look at things in different perspectives and different outcomes. Because life is filled with variables,
Right.
and there are some things that we just don't know or understand, and something that has a simple emotional reaction to sometimes is more complex and deserves some more significant thought.
Absolutely.
People are
Yeah.
lazy. They don't want
Yeah.
to think.
And their thoughts are, it's funny you say that because their thoughts are starting to become lazy now, and they
Yes,
don't want
very
to
simple.
understand the cause and effect, scheme. Really, well,
They
this
want to.
happened, therefore this happened.
They have the idea of this is just who I am, and you have to love me or
Yeah,
hate me.
yeah,
It's a stupid idea too. I fucking hate that idea. That's a loser idea. That's a lazy loser idea.
yeah. I saw a tweet about that yesterday actually, and I forgot who it was. See everybody on your Twitter feed,
Oh,
but she said, starting to realize when something on the lines of starting to realize your toxic thoughts and turning them into always bettering yourself.
yeah,
Getting your toxic thoughts and bettering yourself in them
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
making them
yeah.
good traits
Because
instead of just saying, "Oh, I am who I am. Fuck you." You know
yeah,
what I mean?
that's how you end up with no friends.
Absolutely.
That's how I ended up that way. I used to be like that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had no idea but I became who I was because of the life that I was handed,
Right.
and it worked for me.
Right.
And so, but there was a time to grow up,
Yeah.
and sometimes growing up means changing certain aspects of yourself to fit the now narrative of your life. Because now, you don't like when I didn't have to survive. There was a point when I didn't
Right.
have to survive, so I could have been a better version of myself, but I still continue to act the way. So like
Yeah.
change, everybody can change. There's plenty of things to change. There's certain things that we can make better.
Mhm.
Why would you not want to be better?
Absolutely.
Why waste your life, man? Why?
Right.
I see so many people just sitting around all the time, watching TV, getting all fat and angry and fucking just like blaming the world for everything that goes wrong in their life. They got so many medical things wrong with them that they can't even.
Right.
Right? It's just, and it's all just from being lazy.
Yeah.
I call bullshit on all of it because I come from a obese. Jude, stop! Damn. It's pulling the cable to the internet.
Oh man.
Don't do that again. Oh, I mean, because he's pulling the internet cable. See what I have to deal with? I have to be patient. That's why for some parents, marijuana is a good form of medicine to deal with a very hyperactive, intelligent, mouthy child. And he's just expressing himself because he doesn't know how to express himself. He probably felt stupid and he didn't know how to react. So he's like, yeah, yeah. Like I get it. I'm not gonna like go spank him because he's mouthing off to me. Like he just doesn't understand how to react right now. And then, see, like people don't think about that stuff.
Yeah.
Who the fuck thinks about that stuff?
That's a very good point. You know,
That's one thing I noticed when I was a kid, man.
you
Like,
start to understand when you did those things.
Yeah.
This is why I remember why I did those.
exactly.
Things. You just go to that thought. It's not
And
just like, oh,
and that's important to his development. It's
Uh-huh.
noticeable in his development. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are very surprised in his behavior at his age. He's only 4.
Yeah.
And you know he can hold a conversation. He can count to 26. He can see the ABCs already.
Yeah.
And he knows like every song.
That's
he
good.
can sing.
That's good.
Yeah. So like his IQ's really high. He just needs to be guided.
Yeah.
That's all, and like that's what I'm sacrificing for. And it's like it's hard, man. It's hard. Like I know I'm doing something good. It isn't noticeable on the surface, but in like 40 years from now, it's gonna be significant.
Right.
And that's important to me.
Yeah, it is. It should be. You know what I mean?
I think it should be important to everybody, man. Everybody's life should be that important to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hold on. We're gonna pause real quick.
Cool. Let's pause.
What did I say about I'm doing my show? I'm doing my show. You're interrupting. Cool. Don't do that again until I'm done. Okay? Thank you.
Harry. Cool, man. Yeah, so
Yeah, I was still looking at the screen. I forgot that it was already streaming. So what have you been up to, dude? What have you been doing? Like, you stopped working at Jimmy John's. You were working at Jimmy John's. What happened there?
yeah, dude.
What happened? You stole a sandwich?
Oh yeah, plenty of them. No, I'm just kidding. But no,
so plenty of sandwiches.
You know, it was kind of like it came down to the wire of who you knew, and
as far as getting the job,
getting a job there, it came down to who you knew. And you know, it was really cool. The owners, you know, really cool people. I thought, you know what I mean. But what happened there was, you know, the GM, she hired this chick that knew nothing about the company, never worked there before. Because I had, you know, worked there before.
Yeah.
So I, you know, I kind of understood the, you know, Jimmy John, how to do my job there. And yeah, so she got her a job there. I took my position, which is an MIT manager in training.
Oh, that's dirty.
And you know, lied about pretty much
all of her certifications and qualifications.
And lied about, you know, me doing my job properly. You know, made up a sheet of shit that I did the night before closing. You know, when you left the store is clean, everything was stocked, everything was up to par. You know.
Yeah.
But she would say, oh, there's no toilet rolls in the restroom.
So the stuff that you can't necessarily prove unless
Yeah.
But, man, hey, you know that's what it is though, man.
Yeah, to get her friend a position.
See, that's what it is though. So like that's why, you know, I get so frustrated with people. Like there's times where I don't want anything to do with anybody.
Yeah.
Like I'm done with people.
Yeah.
I was like that yesterday, man.
Right.
I got almost violent yesterday.
Wow.
I was just getting so fed up with that. Like that's why I made that post. I'm sick and tired of being surrounded by incompetent humans. Like people can't do their
Saw that.
jobs, man. They're so basic, dude. And then
Yeah.
then people act like that, and it just creates a hostile world, man. Everybody's
Yeah.
angry. Everybody's angry, and
Everybody's
you know
negative.
I
stuck
don't
in
have
negative
to
ways.
fucking live in that world, and I
Right.
don't think anybody has to fucking live in that world.
Right.
They just have to stop settling for less.
Yeah.
And people might say, "Oh, I'm not settling for less," but you're not fulfilled. You're fucking angry. What kind of life is that?
Right.
That's not a that like yeah, you're not doing that good, bro. I don't
Mhm.
care what your bank account like. Your bank account might be nice, but if you're not happy, I mean, look at how many famous people done killed themselves.
Yeah. Recently.
Plenty of money,
Especially recently.
plenty of love.
Yeah.
Look at Chester Bennington, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody, the whole world loved that dude.
Yeah.
That dude never not had a sold out concert.
Chris Cornell.
Chris Cornell.
Yeah. That was sad.
People die and they're not happy. It's because their focus is wrong. And that's a part of the reason why I admire the people that I admire, like Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan. And
Oh yeah.
just because you know what they did, they took complete control of their life, and they guided the direction of their life, dictated on their overall happiness and
Right.
well-being.
Right.
If anything altered that, they cut it out of their life.
Right.
Why don't we do that? Like
Yeah.
some people have a good situation where not only can they live with their parents, I'm not talking about you, but I'm giving you a golden scenario. Not only do they live with their parents, but number one, their parents support them and back them. They don't have bad credit because they don't have any credit cards or student loans.
Yeah.
And okay, one skill set that is profitable.
Right.
Just one skill set. Whether it's the guitar, you can sing, you can tell jokes, you're a great videographer, photographer, or whatever it is.
Right.
Like me, it's fitness, right? That's my thing. That's
Right.
my main thing.
That's one of mine. Yeah.
And it's like why aren't you going 1,000% at that? Especially given that we are in the uber blessed situation in the universe right now.
Yeah.
Like if you have that situation, why aren't you doing something amazing?
Yeah.
Like you should be so like overwhelmed with how lucky you are. You should have that that overcoming realization of how blessed you are and how you're not taking advantage of it. I think that would be so amazing if you could just give that to people.
Yeah.
They should legalize mushrooms. I think that would bring.
They're talking about it in Denver, or I mean Colorado, aren't they?
I won't doubt it.
I think they are. Yeah.
I hope they do it. I hope they do because that's life changing.
Right.
Like you can hear the anecdotal evidence of seeing things or people having bad trips, but no, it's just nonsense, and it's super groundbreaking psychologically because it takes down the barriers and allows you to confront yourself, and you come out of it more whole than you went in it. Like you come out of it better because you understand yourself more than you understood yourself before. So by understanding yourself a little bit more, you have a little bit more empathy for your situation or how you've been feeling, or not even just empathy. You could have like perspective that would be groundbreaking. Like that's what I had was a perspective shift, paradigm shift that allowed me to see the blessing that is what I have, and I get so frustrated because I've always been about bringing people along with me, man. Nobody wants to do stuff alone.
Yeah.
But nobody's got the balls enough to try and take a risk. It's like if your credit's already bad, what are you gonna risk? Why are you gonna waste the best parts of your life trying to pay back a debt that doesn't really fucking exist?
Yeah, seriously.
All of this shit's fictitious. You're gonna let some fictitious made up money like keep you slave from yourself?
Yeah, that's a very good point, man.
You might get a job where you can pay it and it's not a big dent, but still you settled for something that wasn't your dream or passion, and then you're paying a percentage of what you make to a debt.
Yeah.
To a fictitious amount of money that got you something that you didn't even use or need.
Pretty much.
It's sad, man.
Yeah.
Like if anybody wants to change the status of America, find a way to just delete student debt. Federal student debt. Just wipe it clean and pass a bill to never allow that to happen again.
That's what Bernie's trying to do.
I don't trust Bernie, man.
Yeah.
He's too socialist. Socialism never works.
Overly socialist.
Never works, man.
For sure, dude.
Even the socialist programs we have here don't work because they They want you to
No.
change your life to fit their narrative.
Exactly.
Like okay,
Yeah.
there's a
Not
law
bad,
that says that you can get cash aid for up to 4 years, and that's it for your life,
yeah.
right? And then it says if you're getting cash aid, it's because you don't have a job, or you're only making part-time money, and you have to do the welfare to work program, so you have to get a job. They don't care where, you just have to get a job, or you have to volunteer your time. I'm down with volunteering time.
Yeah.
Like that should be the first requirement. They shouldn't have you sitting there filling out job applications for 6 hours.
Yeah, that's just a waste of
Especially
time.
if you have somebody that has a business,
Right.
right? So like they're just telling them let your business fail and just get a job.
Yeah.
That's not where society should be going. Society should be helping and reinforcing the job creation,
Entrepreneurship. Yeah.
entrepreneurship, because that creates jobs.
Right.
If you're not asking already built businesses for jobs, there's brand new openings,
Well,
and that's significant
why do you think they're doing that? Though?
because it keeps their system running.
It keeps all the big corporations, of the country, you know, for keeps all them, going and striving.
Right, don't it?
No thanks, but yeah,
Go ahead. Don't be
Yeah.
nervous.
no, I got stuck in that shit.
You're a little nervous, I can tell.
First podcast, dude.
You gotta lighten
Nah,
up, man.
no.
Don't worry about it. Breathe. Just breathe.
But yeah, I mean, that's what keeps like all the corporations going.
Yeah.
No,
But it's all changing,
instead
man.
of small business like how it used to be, small business pawn shops, shit like that. Now it's you have four big corporations that own tons and tons of companies that you would never even think they're owned by them. So
Yeah, so that leads into the universal basic income. That one Asian guy that's running for president has a
Yeah.
really good point of view on
dude,
it.
he does, man. Andrew
And-
Yang.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
understand that people today that think about it, conservatives mostly, think it's just an absurd idea and there's no way to pay for it. But the way he broke it down on Joe Rogan's podcast made a bunch of sense.
Yeah, I watched that. I did watch that podcast. That was a really.
It
good
made a bunch
podcast.
of sense as far, and I very much like the part where he wanted to have it be a part of the welfare program. So if you're on
Mhm.
welfare,
Mhm.
if you're getting $600 in food stamps, you get $400 in cash aid.
Right.
Like you don't get more than 1,000.
Right.
And it's like, dude, that would make so much sense. I wouldn't have to do this bullshit welfare to work program.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
And I can use the money that I'm getting, especially because I'm in a situation where that would favor me. Right?
Mhm.
But not only that, but if let's say we were working at our last job and I was only making about $600 a month.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That extra $1,000 could have really kept me on my feet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Like and not only that, but when automation does come, those big major corporations are going to be making all of the money.
Yeah.
That they're gonna, all the CEOs are gonna be like Jeff Bezos, where the $300 billion, which is a crazy amount of money, man. It's a crazy amount of money.
He's the richest guy
in the world right now.
Yeah,
well,
Bill
well,
Gates.
I wouldn't say because
Yeah,
we don't
you
know
never
how
know.
much money the Saudi Arabians actually have.
Oh, jeez, that's a good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't go on the Forbes list.
Yeah.
They have King Solomon money. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I like that. Like that and then the society's narrative would have to shift to creativeness, entrepreneurship. Because if our nation's manufacturing and jobs are gonna be automated, humans still need to provide a service. That's a part of our soul. We wanna give something. It doesn't.
Some people don't though, man.
No, they do, but they don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they let that stop them instead of trying to figure out what it is, and that's kind of just their personality traits. And like we were going back earlier, what we're talking about, that's who I am, fuck you.
Yeah.
They just realize like instead of trying to better themselves, that's just.
But that's why I'm excited about what's changing, because that's changing.
Yeah.
Because of content making, because
Right.
of Gary V's, because of Tony Robbins, because of
But those people
influencers.
who've done it, the people that do want to do it, even this,
Yeah,
because you just want to do it.
Well, it just needs to be a spark. See,
Yeah.
For me, I didn't even want to do a podcast. I got shown what a podcast was when I started working for K&N in 2013. and that's when I started listening to Joe Rogan was 2013. Like,
Yeah, that's when it was starting to blow up.
yeah, and um, I was like, I could do this because at that time was when I started to go on my journey of searching and like understanding thought. Like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like I was an infant. I don't know, but I evolved so much from then.
Right.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's all good, man. But yeah, seriously, I mean, if you know, your talents, and, I mean, if it just makes you happy at the end of the day, let that just make you strive. You
I
know.
just don't understand why people don't, man. I don't
Yeah.
understand. Well, just because I don't understand doesn't mean I can't. Like, I want to
Right.
spread it.
Right.
That's what I want to do. I want to help people get there. I want to help
Right.
people. I want to talk to people. I want to show people how they can change their lives. I want to like. I want to train people.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be young. You can be an old lady. You can be an old man. You could be whatever.
Right.
Like, I can make you feel good about yourself, which would lead to a happier, healthier life.
Yeah.
And it doesn't like
Absolutely. It's
I
when
could
you.
just fix small, like physically fix small things on you mechanically.
Yeah.
Teach you certain things. Explain how nutrition works. See, that's a big thing, man.
Mhm.
Explaining the actual chemical breakdown and how it manipulates your body
Yeah.
and how those manipulations can affect your overall well-being.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
people don't think like that. They
No.
think, "Oh, I'm hungry. I need to eat." And
Yeah.
then when they say, "Oh, you take your vitamins," like, I took my multivitamin. A multivitamin,
Yeah.
like, studies have shown that they don't get fully digested, and it's only a partial amount needed. Like, even the daily value amount is wrong. That's based on like a standard that they did in a small controlled study of a few people.
Was that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and as your genetic coding varies, your body demands certain, like, more or less. It's like, I did my genetics on 23andMe, and then I paid $10 to foundmyfitness.com
Uh-huh.
for Dr. Rhonda Patrick,
Oh,
and
okay.
then it broke my genetic codes down and explained to me.
Yeah.
So I am genetically prone to be vitamin D3 deficient,
Oh wow.
which is a steroidal hormone regulator that regulates your mind. And that's why, like, my whole life, I've been living in suffering and misery because I lacked a fucking vitamin, man.
Wow.
I could have had a good upbringing. I could have had a good, healthy childhood if, like, they had this available then and my mom was intelligent enough to even try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, and not only that, but doctors have known about this shit for a long time. And
Oh, yeah.
they don't enforce it because it kills the pharmaceutical industry, because they wouldn't have been able to put me on Paxil. They put me on Paxil when I was like 5, bro. Yeah,
They in second grade they wanted to give me something because for some reason, like I sucked at math, like any kid would.
yeah.
And when you have a subject, as a kid,
If it's not interesting, you don't
if it's
want to
not,
pay attention
and
to
if you're
it.
not doing good at it, you're like, fuck it, you kind of
Yeah.
give up in that subject. But
Yeah.
strive in others. Like I was always good in English, shit like that,
Mhm.
writing skills. However, they want to put me on this pill, and I don't know the name of it.
Like an Adderall or something.
Who knows, dude? Because they said it made me give up, but this pill would help me,
Probably
not
Adderall.
give me.
Yeah, Adderall. It's probably Adderall.
Dude, who knows, man?
Yeah.
Could have even been Adderall.
Adderall is basically meth, man.
I remember taking it. I remember, like, my mom was like, okay, you know, because they kind of suckered my parents.
They automatically believe and trust in the doctors.
Yes.
See, I don't.
Yes.
I don't, and my doctors know it. They don't like me, man.
Yeah.
I question everything,
No.
and I let them know what I know.
Right.
And they never argue with me. I haven't had one doctor. There was one doctor that I went to twice, and he was surprised that every time I showed up, I knew exactly what was wrong with me.
Yeah.
He said that he's like, no, nobody ever comes in here and knows exactly what's wrong with them. And I just told him, I was like, I study, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
it's fucking easy to study. I don't know if I'm gifted. I don't believe that I am.
No.
I feel like everybody can do
You're
this.
gifted, but man, but like
I feel like everybody can do this.
Yeah.
It's just put the effort forward. Want to know.
Yeah.
Want.
Yeah.
Understand that the first, like, so when I diagnose myself, I don't just look at the first result.
Yeah.
I go through all the results, all of them, because they all have similarities.
Right.
There's variables on you. You have to understand lymph node, fucking pressures. Like, you have to understand basic symptoms.
Right.
Right? And then you go through and then you do. Or if it's like me when it was an eye issue, The first time it was a GPC, giant papilloma conjunctivitis.
Oh man,
Is
I
the
heard
oil
about that.
gland just gets infected like a pimple.
It could kill you.
Really?
Yeah, that's what
Oh
I
yeah.
heard.
Well,
If it gets
it
bad,
didn't.
it spreads to your brain.
Yeah, it didn't do that to me, thank God. And then I
Yeah,
had
thank God.
an ulcer, basically a scratch on my eyeball.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I like because it was like I couldn't figure it out, and I looked and I saw what it looked like, and I just Googled everything, and I was like, oh, that's what it is.
Huh.
And he was very surprised, but I forgot why I went in that direction while I was talking about that.
No, 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 absolutely. Yeah, you were talking about that.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, the man, you know how dope it would be to
The
wake up every day.
Pharmaceutical.
Fuck the pharmaceutical. You know, I want to talk about some positive shit.
Let's do it.
How dope it would be to wake up every day and have that be a gym. Come out, turn like.
Yeah, you strive to get there.
I could,
Yeah,
and I could fucking have boot camps because there's
Yeah.
slabs. I could have one slab open to have like boot camps in the morning for the older women.
yeah,
Could have like Zumba classes.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it would build the community,
It would.
and people would be more positive. They would receive more like wisdom.
They would
Because
start
the,
seeing more positive things around.
once you're surrounded, like you can't. It's contagious, man. That's why. That's like how you said earlier, and I've told you before. The reason why I liked working at the gym is because everybody was there for the same fucking reason to better themselves. So even though everybody was different, there was conservative, liberals, gay dudes, transgenders, every type of person you could think is in that gym, and not one person cares.
Yeah.
I mean, look at me. I'm goofy as fuck. So I wear some of the most absurd stuff, like to some people's standard, and I'm not even that buff. Like I wear clothes like I'm some big ass bodybuilder. But you know what? That's what I want to wear. Nobody says anything. I get some looks, but nobody says anything. I carry around a tripod with a gimbal and my phone, and I set it up and would do my workouts with this shit in the middle of the gym.
Yeah.
And yeah, I might get a couple stares, but nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. They kind of get it. They understand. You know, like
and they might.
That would be so dope to pass that on to people. You know, and just the positive thing, the positive changes I could bring to this neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it starts to see more positive things happen.
And it would feel good to just have my business be right next door to my house, and have it would be a destination, man.
Yeah, close to
it
home.
really would be. I would love that. I don't want to drive to work.
Yeah.
That's not fun for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
California.
Like it might sound silly that I'm asking for a lot, but I absolutely believe that I can do that, man. Like it's possible. That it's just really tough, man. Hold on, my son is coming in. What are you doing? No, I'm not. I'll be out in like 30 more minutes. Yeah, I'll be out in a while. Hey. Anyways, but yeah, that would just be super dope. It would feel good inside. It would look good. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and so people start seeing other people better themselves. And when I was in that environment, I kind of want toss direction of how I could better myself.
Yeah.
And being working in the gym. So that was like a really good thing.
Yeah.
That I took away from it. You know what I mean? And making connections. People are there. Yeah, they're fucking stressed out during the day. But when they're in the gym, it's just their time, and
we're all getting.
If you take it serious enough, the hormones.
We're all releasing good hormones. It's like we're all vibing with each other.
Yeah, and if you take it serious enough, people will be like that. But some other people, see the gym as just being another corporate place to go to. And I think what Tony is trying to do for the community, more outside the box, it's really, it's definitely a good thought, man. Good thought to have.
Yeah, I want to take it so far away from I got a water at fucking 24-hour fitness cost me $3, man.
Yeah, and this other thing is,
it's so fucking gross.
Yeah, $3.
Like, how do they feel good about that?
$3, dude, that's crazy.
Like, just because they live in that nice neighborhood and people see money as expendable, like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all, man. It just feels wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just don't understand the perspective of someone like. They get to a point where they're making so much money, they lose perspective on the general public's overall value of a dollar.
Yeah, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, man. Dollars is tossed around like it's a fucking coin. Well, I mean, you can make a coin out of a dollar.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's just being tossed around. Like, oh, $1. But back then, fucking gas is like 86 cents a gallon,
Oh
32
man,
cents a gallon. And like,
could you imagine?
30s and shit.
I'd be going everywhere if it cost that much.
Yeah, fill up your tank.
That would be so dope. You know how like
$10.
how much like I have to spend like $40 a week.
Yeah.
To just drive and pick up my kids, and like so the way I do it is I drive my son to school. I drive this way, go to 24-hour fitness or fitness 19. Then I pick him back up and then go home.
Okay.
So I'm not really making that big of
Going at
more.
your way.
Yeah, because otherwise I would have just driven home and driven back, and the gyms are only like 2 miles further.
Yeah.
So it's not that much. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays I drive to Redlands, pick up, and drop off my daughter in Highland. I don't really have to drive all the way back to Redlands. So
Yeah.
But literally that costs me $40 a week.
That's insane, dude.
And I'm not going to work. I'm not driving anywhere. I'm not going shopping. I'm not going out to
gas
eat.
mileage, man? That's
No.
a lot.
Well, it got messed up.
Well, now they're making Teslas. Do you want to just buy a Tesla?
If I get
Teslas are sick, dude. If I had the money, I'd fucking get a Tesla. I test drove a Tesla.
Yeah.
At the mall, Victoria Gardens, they have a Tesla booth there now. It's not gonna be there for long. But they were so cool. They just let anybody get in their cars and test drive them. And if they knew you weren't even interested,
automated and shit.
They're sick. And the cool thing about the store was like, even if you didn't
want to buy one, see, that's fucking marketing. Dude.
Elon Musk, dude.
That's marketing. It's so smart.
Yeah.
Like okay, so let's say at our last place that we worked, when they got those shaker bottles, they should have given those away with the purchase of a product.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They just wanted to sell them as individuals.
Yeah, and they give you $1 off the scoop of pre-workout.
Yeah, that's like not a good deal. Well, actually, $1 a scoop.
I mean, it's
better than 2.
It's a good deal for like the consumer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's.
I'm not mad at that. That wasn't a bad deal.
It's like scratch that. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but no, I mean seriously, that like even if they knew you didn't have enough money to buy that car, wasn't even interested in it, but was just interested in the product itself. They let you go out and test drive it. Yeah. Do like 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
Ugh.
It's insane, dude.
Boner.
I test drove the Model X, dude.
The Model X? Yeah. How was that? I don't even know what it looks like.
It was sick. It's like the sports. And the Model 3, the Model X. Or did I test the Model S? I'm sorry. The Model X, I believe, is the SUV. I didn't test drive that one. But yeah. And when you break down the cost of them, they're not that bad, dude.
Yeah, I know. They're pretty affordable. Pretty affordable.
Yeah, they're sick, man. Yeah. But I mean, that's great, But we have like that technology these days. Yeah. And you know what? The thing that bothered me with the Joe Rogan, Elon Musk interview.
Oh, okay.
Was they this guy, he made, fully electric cars.
Yeah.
That were good, not hybrids, that were great quality. Yeah. This guy is a genius, like the Thomas Edison of our day.
Yeah,
Elon Musk.
He's a great thinker.
He's a great thinker.
He's an idea guy. That's how I would be if I was him.
Yeah.
Like I would just, because he's not creating anything really. He's just the idea guy. And he hires the people to create it.
But he has a great idea about Los Angeles.
He has
the traffic. But the way he got press was
because
he smoked weed on the podcast. Okay. And Joe Rogan is saying this. They're drunk.
Yeah. Then nobody said anything about that. And he didn't even inhale. Everybody that's ever smoked or even smoked a cigarette knows that he smoked it like he smoked a cigar.
Yeah.
It just went in on his tongue and then he blew it out.
Yeah.
That cannot affect you.
No. That's just shows the stupidity of, people and just don't want to go straight to what they want to think.
It's so frustrating, man. Like, it just seems so easy to not be that retarded.
Almost. Like,
you don't have to act like that. You can have common sense. It doesn't take that much effort. Not today. Yeah. It doesn't. And it's almost a choice to be that way.
Yeah, it's like what's cool.
Because I know it doesn't feel good. It might feel good if you win or if you make someone feel bad. Like if you're there, but you don't feel good.
Yeah.
All the time, you probably feel like shit. Everyone thinks that like. They make, this is my life. I used to be a fucking woe is me drama queen.
Oh, yeah.
Really bad. Like, the universe, nothing ever good is going to happen. I attempted suicide twice.
Yeah.
Some dark stuff back in those days.
Shit.
And, I saw the light, man.
I'm glad you
I
did.
understand a
Yeah.
lot. Like, I understand a lot about a lot,
Yeah.
and it's simple to. It's a simple, just simple stuff to get there,
Yeah.
and it largely involves community. It largely involves, nutrition
Uh-huh.
and self control, man.
Right.
Self control, because I mean that's essentially accountability. Self control is
Yeah.
hard
Yeah. It is.
because there are little quick band aids
For
for solutions.
temptations or it can be band-aids for situations.
Yeah, yeah.
And people can't, like the thing I saw in the gym was, when I'd sign people up, I kind of direct them what they should start eating if they want to get a certain body. And, they would be like, oh, I never thought about eating that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
their temptation's telling them, like, no, I'm going to eat what I'm used to.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't try something new that might be a temptation down the road. Like, man, I really like this.
And
this
then when
meal
you
goes
really
really
and
good.
then when you really break it down for them, you like I can explain to them why they do like because your gut biome has a memory
Mm-hmm.
of where they get their nutrients from.
Mm-hmm.
So if your body's deficient and it starts craving, it's gonna send the signals to your brain to say, hey, get this,
Yeah.
get this.
The
You know?
receptors and
Yeah,
shit.
that's why like when dogs get sick, they eat grass.
Yeah.
It's the same concept. Dogs
Yeah.
don't just naturally want to eat grass. That just doesn't seem like what a dog would want to do.
I wonder if it would be the same for cows, because cows typically eat grass. But, I mean, I'm not sure if that's just their diet.
Yeah, what do we?
Huh.
How did we get there? How did we get to the cows eating grass and the dogs?
The dogs.
What?
Because the dogs eat grass
And then
before they get sick.
What
But
was I
why?
using that compare?
I don't know.
What was I saying that I had a metaphor that or make that analogy? Nutrients? Something about nutrients.
Something.
Dang!
Oh, you're talking about, yeah, it was the nutrients. And, what connects your brain, your temptation.
Oh, gut biome.
The gut biome.
There we go, full circle. Yeah, the gut biome. So
Yeah.
I like when I get clients who like are overweight and they don't feel good and they have aches and pains. I suggest that they do a 72-hour fast.
Okay.
And then start rebuilding their gut biome with prebiotics and probiotics and kombuchas and kefirs and eliminating grain and sugar,
Yeah.
refined sugar specifically. Not honey, not fruit, not whole fruits, just not a shit ton of them. Just like a moderate. Um, and then the gut biome becomes something different, and it alters your mind. It literally, physically alters the connections in your mind, and you become better. You feel better. Your body starts to look healthier because there's certain functions of the body that weren't functioning because your body thought it was completely under attack all the time. So your immune system was constantly compromised. And once it's like you're getting a vacation. Your body's getting a vacation, and it's like, oh,
right.
That feels amazing, and I want to share that with everybody.
Yeah, and people should want to do that. And I've seen people go and want to do that, but once you give them advice like that, the 72-hour fast,
Yeah, it's too hard.
It's like a whoa. It's like no, I'm
They
not
don't
doing that, and they get defensive. Some people get defensive.
Yeah,
Like,
I had that one client that dropped me because she's like, we're not doing that. We're not. I'm like,
was
why?
it just for the 72 hours?
No. I just wanted her to limit grain.
Wow. See, something as simple as that.
Yeah, she's like, no. She was obese, and her son was really obese.
Wow.
And
that's
her
exactly
son,
what I'm talking
I think
about.
what was the straw that broke the camel's back on that one was her son's heart rate got up to 100, and then he was like, ooh, I need to relax.
Oh, so you were training him as well?
Yeah.
So, oh, wow.
And I was like, what? No. I was like, 100? I was like, no, keep going.
100 is like normal.
Yeah, I was like, keep going.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't going to let him slack. I wasn't going to be all nice. I was like, that's why you're fat.
Yeah.
Because of that attitude.
Oh, my gosh.
And I made him do the workout the whole time, and he was pissed off the whole time. Came back the next day, and he was off my calendar.
Yeah, people get... that was one of the things about the gym too. Is you have people like that, and being so passionate about fitness and understanding it as a whole. That was very got frustrating to see people just like that, man.
I
And
understand it though. They just
I
need
understand it,
the
but
fact that they can run away from it is the problem.
that's
They
whole
need to
internet.
stop and confront that shit and
Uh-huh.
deal with it. And that's another thing that I would bring to the table as somebody's personal trainer. I wouldn't allow you to bring that shit to the table.
Right.
And during our exercises and stuff, you would have to be confronted with your weakness. I
Yeah.
would not let you stop because I know what a human being's limit is.
What made you go into the gym? You realize your own weakness. But when you have someone else telling you what your weakness is, to
It,
some people, it
it's your
freaks them out
ego.
that they know that
Yeah,
other person's telling them, like, how do you know my weakness?
yeah,
Is it that visual? Can you know?
yeah.
It's
Well,
like
see,
insane.
I would explain it to him like I understand people. I've lived a long life.
Yeah.
I'm only 30. Oh, I look young, like, but I've been on my own for a very long time. And I've
Mhm.
lived with multiple families under different types of structures. I
Mhm.
graduated high school. I've done what most people still don't do. And I've experienced life and I remember it and I took everything from it. And it allows me to understand people because not only did I see people, I got to see people and then see myself,
Mhm.
and then it gave me perspective, and I was just like, oh, I get it, man. Once you get it, like, as far as me, I can explain things really well. Like, I'm able to convey what I'm thinking in a manner in
Right.
which to try to get somebody to understand. If they can understand, it's most likely because they don't want to, or they just really don't believe that they're smart enough to handle it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely, man.
And that's frustrating because I care. That bothers me when people think like that. Like, it hurts my feelings for them
Mhm.
because that's pathetic. And why would anybody want to be seen like that? Why would
Right.
anybody carry themselves like that? That's so demeaning to the blessing that is your fucking life.
Mhm.
Like, the fact that you're alive right here in America right now in this time and in this period of human history.
Mhm.
Yeah, you really don't. Like, we all have shit. We all have sucky, shitty stuff. We all do. Everybody has stuff. And some of it's unfair and some of it's unimaginable. But you know what? We all have it. It all varies. But it feels the same to every single person. Suffering is suffering. And that's why
Yeah.
we admire certain people because they endured. They went through the suffering, and we all subconsciously know what it is to suffer, and we don't want to do it ourselves. So we sell our time, we sell our faces. We put on masks just so that we can live in the moment and be accepted for somebody that we're not.
Right.
And how unfulfilling is that? Like, you have a bunch of people that don't even like you.
Yeah.
They don't even have any
Yeah.
clue who you are, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's sad.
It's scary too because it's kind of the direction in which people are going. Um, it's like
It doesn't have
it's
to though.
it
We can
doesn't have to
change
be
that.
like that though. Yeah.
We can change that. We live in
But
the
it's
age of
gonna take.
information, man.
But
I have a.
unfortunately, it's gonna have to be a cultural difference because
It'll
that's where our
it'll
culture
it'll
is now.
happen. 20 years,
Yeah.
20 more years of,
Possibly.
of the internet evolving. I think
Possibly.
so. I think so. It's just like it's cultures, man. It's all these different cultures finally intertwining and conversating with each other.
Yeah.
Like, not only just nations, but just like South Dakota and California never got to hold a bunch of dialogue before.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, Texas and Louisiana, like, I'm just, you get what I'm trying to
I
say.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, we haven't been able to have this dialogue before. So now,
Right.
like, there is a shift. There's an evolution that's happening. It's gonna happen slowly, but a little bit faster than normal because of the internet. People are just don't be pessimistic about what you see right now, because
Yeah.
like if you learn anything through life is nothing is ever what it seems and nothing is forever, and those things are facts.
Right.
Everything changes. It might take a little bit longer. Like,
Yeah.
some things might take thousands of years to change,
Yeah. Who knows?
but it will change. Like, maybe eventually taxes will disappear.
Hopefully.
Like, in 1,000 years,
Yeah.
we'll get rid of fucking taxes.
Yeah. Or they'll probably go up.
Well, if everyone was just responsible, we wouldn't need taxes.
Yeah. Possibly though.
We wouldn't, because this is the way it would be. Like, it would be community based. The community pays for the police officer's salary. The community pays for the firefighters. The
Mhm.
community pays for the roads getting paved. The
Right.
communities pay for the education. So it
Right.
would be all isolated in each community.
Right.
So that it wouldn't be given to the federal, so that it could be squandered, and the
Right.
money would be easier managed.
Right.
Man, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Why don't we do it that way?
It could work that way, but at the same time, I feel like that's where that's taxes just in a nutshell, really.
It is, but it's a fairer tax.
Yeah.
We know exactly where it's going, and we choose to pay
Yeah.
for it.
That's the
You
thing
know
is
what I
people
mean?
are taking some of the tax money, people's property and
Exactly.
putting
People
it in their pockets,
So
and that's not right.
so if we could directly send our money to a fund, as an individual,
Yeah.
I like that's what they did with Planned Parenthood when it got defunded.
Yeah.
Didn't it get like record amount of money?
Mm-hmm.
And everything that got defunded that was humanitarian received more aid than it did when it was getting government aid.
Wow.
And it was better managed. So that's the argument for keeping our hands out of like social issues.
Right.
As far as the federal goes,
Right.
because the local communities can handle it.
Yeah.
The money just needs to be funneled to them.
So you're saying like part of my paycheck will go to my local community.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna pay like for anything crazy like
Right.
the war in the Middle East.
Right.
If that option will come up, do you want to help fund this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I agree with.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Why do we have congressmen? We don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
We don't need them.
Yeah.
Why do we need them? We got the internet.
Yeah, it's going crazy.
We could literally handle we can listen and be educated constantly on the internet. It could be readily available all the time for people to make what's that word? Informed decisions.
Right. For themselves.
Yeah.
So
okay, it makes people more accountable for the nation too because hey, cut it out.
It would take years for people to grasp onto that though. You know what I mean?
All right.
To make decisions for themselves instead of people telling them what's good, what's bad. It's gonna have to take
it will take some time.
It'll probably take
it'll definitely take some time.
Probably a decade.
But what's great about that idea is that it goes back to the way the founding fathers saw it.
Yeah.
It's decentralized government, localized government. Because my idea is that only the local government should represent me.
Absolutely.
I can't expect this not even Northern California to represent me. Fucking what's her face?
Well, I think that's why
Nancy Pelosi.
Right.
How is she
or your
supposed?
County.
How is she supposed to represent me?
Yeah, the county.
Even the county, because I'm not from the West Side. That's a completely different culture.
Right.
I'm not from the Waterman Gardens. That's a completely different culture.
I don't know. I mean,
it's weird, right? That's why there's districts.
But
and
then
that makes
why
up
have
the city
counties?
council.
Yeah.
Well, you have counties because of that.
Right.
I guess that's probably.
But if we're gonna have counties, we might as well think of it as more of a county.
County based.
Yeah. Because they're not gonna get rid of counties unless they get rid of counties. Then yeah, I mean, I'd say go for it. But
yeah, what is the purpose of the county, anyways? It's government.
It's just a business of part of land that says this is our radius.
Yeah, but it's just government.
Government.
Yeah. Because Riverside Court, San Bernardino Court.
Yeah, if you get a job at the county, it's a government job. So that
maybe we should make it smaller. Make government
possibly
smaller.
Break them in half. I don't know.
Or break the counties up and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take San Bernardino and make. How about just make each city its own thing? No counties.
That'd be crazy, dude.
Why?
I don't know.
Would it be crazy?
I'm not saying it's bad. Not a bad crazy, but that would be a great idea. But there's just so many cities, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
But it's not like we're going to San Bernardino County.
That's like one.
We always say we're going to Redlands. Yeah. We're going to fucking Riverside.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean? We never think we're going to Riverside County.
No.
Like if I go to fucking Palm Springs, I'm not like, oh, I'm in the 760.
Yeah, yeah.
I never think that.
Yeah.
I am like, so why do we have it? Why can't the individual cities take care of them damn selves?
Some do.
I know, and they do great.
Yeah.
They usually do great.
Yeah.
They're the ones that we go like Highland. Highland manages itself really well.
No, they could be a lot better.
Probably, but they're doing a lot better than San Bernardino.
But they're getting greedy.
Yeah, that seems to be
so greed, like money rules everything, man. You know.
That's really sucky, dude.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna call it. That's 1 hour, man. That's good.
Wow, man.
We fucking muddled through that. like a motherfucker. Covered some stuff. I feel like we had a good conversation.
Yeah, it went great, dude. You know, hopefully it brings some awareness to some people. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Those watching.
Yeah, go to the hustlemorefitness.com /shop and buy my HustleMore shirt, man. I got like 39 left. They're limited edition, and that would really help me out financially. If you enjoy my content, just let me know. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Tony Cosner. And then Ronnie,
man, yeah, it was cool. It was cool talking, man. Thanks for having me on and everything.
Peace. Thanks,
out, everybody.
Ronnie.